Right there's my perfume from Paris called Mad Mausolea. That's my perfume from Paris. And today is 8/11/2015. I want to talk a little bit about when I had to go down the mission. I lived down the mission from um, from August the 1st to October the 12th of 2014. And whenever people go down the mission, they don't really have anything other than what they have in a bag, or and everybody, there's a place where all the bunk beds are and the lockers, and then there's probably 150 beds, maybe 200 beds there, and sectioned off into two sections, and then there's a double row of lockers in between the two sections, and everybody has their own bed. But then we have the shower off the side, and there's like probably 6 toilets with just dividers, no doors, and then there's probably 4 urinals and 5 or 6 sinks, and then there's a wall there, and then there's a shower where there's 5 head showers coming out like this, and you got 5 people showering, and everybody's naked and have no clothes on. So one time I was showering and put some shampoo in my hair, and then soap all over, and just showering, and when I was done, went over, and there's hooks over here where we keep our towel and our like our underwear or something, because you're naked in the shower. So went over there and got my towel, and started going like this. Well, actually, wait a second. Here's my bar of soap. I use Irish Spring, and then I use I was using a different kind of shampoo when I was at the mission, but there's some shampoo, and there's my towel. I have a towel hanging like this, and a hook, and then over here, about 10 feet over, there's a there's a shower head, and then there's another shower head, another shower head. There's 5 shower heads about, and so I'm showering, and I always put my shampoo on the floor like this. Say this is the shower right here. Put it like this, and I put my bar of soap right here. And then I had a washcloth. I take my bar of soap, wash it with my washcloth, and here's the shower right there. And take the washcloth and put it all over me like this. First I'd take some shampoo like this, put in my hair like this, and get all lathered up. And then I'd use the soap like this, on a washcloth, and go like that. Put the soap down and do it, and then pick the soap up and do that about 5 or 6 times. Go like that, and then after I'm all done with that, lather with my body, and then my hair, I go in the shower right here, and like this, and my eyes are closed and stuff, because of shampoo. You don't want to get shampoo in your eyes or soap. So when I was done there, then okay, I went over to the towel. Over here, I had my towel on a hook, and started going like this. And when I was done doing that, so one black guy, he goes, "Peekaboo," and then I thought that's kind of cute, and he's naked too, and then tried to start up a conversation, like the ball game or something, some kind of sport event. I said, I don't have no access to sport. He's trying to hit on me. I'm saying, okay, cool, because he's in okay shape, and he's probably about this tall. I'm going, all right. He's trying to hit on me, and I was hoping he'd ask me if he could, put his fingers in my anal, and then, ask me if he could, put his penis in my anal, and let's have some sex. Now, even though there's probably 15 or 20 people, in the shower room, which is pretty big, but it's got 5 showers in the shower area, and about 5 sinks in the on the other side of the wall with the toilets with no doors, so you can't have no privacy. But if he would have said, if he could stick his fingers in my penis or my anal, I would have said, hell yeah. And then if he would have said, can I stick my penis in your anal, so I would have said, well, I'd want to kiss, kiss lip to lip first, so we can, get to know each other. And to me, it's just as nice to kiss a man as to a woman. So sometimes even better, me kissing a man to man, kissing on the lips. And that's what I would have said. I said, okay, you can stick it in after we kiss for a few minutes, so we get to know each other, and then you can stick it in. We could ride together, and because no matter what you do, at least with me, I gotta have sex. I gotta have sex, at least once or twice a week. Because if I don't, then I'll start creaming in my dream, as they call it, creaming in my dream. I'll start, getting hard, and then creaming in my dream, and then it gets kind of messy in the underwear. You don't have to clean that out all the time. But I was hoping that the black guy would say, could I put my fingers in your anal? And I'd say, yeah. And then after that, he says, if he gets a good feel, and feels it inside, then ask me if he can put his penis in my anal. I'd say, yeah, let's kiss first. So I'd like to kiss first, lip to lip, and then I'd say, hell yeah, let's do it. And then, we go face to face, with his penis under mine, with his penis in my anal, and we're having great anal sex. I would have done that, and I have a shampoo right here. What I do is put a little bit of shampoo on my anal, and then a little bit on his penis, and actually first I'd ask him if I could suck his penis, so it'd get nice and hard, just suck it, because I like sucking penis, because I like to feel their manhood, going from small to big in my mouth. I like to suck that, man's penis, and then when it's hard enough, then he can mount me, because anal is really tight. It's really tight, no matter, even if you do have, sex regularly, it still stays tight. And putting his penis in my anal, that'd be great. It would have been great, because I would have rolled it, backwards, from the back, which is doggy style, or face to face. I like face to face, where his penis is under mine, and we're riding together, we're kissing and hugging. That's the best sex ever. Male to male sex with his penis in my anal. Because he's getting what he wants. I'm getting what I want. But that's why I like anal sex so bad, and that's probably why I dress. I'm a cross dresser. I'm a CD bottom. I'm a cross dresser from male to female. See? This is kind of cute, I think. And I got a nice little skirt, see? And that's what I do. I was hoping he would. I was hoping he would ask me if he could put his penis in my anal. Because I'd say, hell yeah, come on, let's do it. I don't care about these other 15 people. But that would have been great. But anyway, while I'm talking about sex, I don't think women should be able to breastfeed in public. To breastfeed in public, that's a sexual thing. They shouldn't be able to do that. To me, it's disgusting. That's why should they have the opportunity to show their breasts, because in the United States, outside the United States, yeah, they do that all the time. I guess they, have topless beaches and stuff, or even, naked beaches, um, it's not as a big deal outside the United States where it is inside the United States. If they want to do breastfeeding and show their breasts and stuff, which I think is anything bigger than like that, it's kind of disgusting to me. I don't know. I get more sick to my stomach than sexually, but and you know, and the thing Donald Trump said about the bleeding, that they bleed all the time. So, but they're making a big deal out of it because they want to knock him. They want to knock Donald Trump off the throne. That's what the problem is. And they're going with you know female rights. Oh, female rights. They bleed all the time. They're periods. Up until like 50 when they go into menopause. They don't have that period no more. So that's why I couldn't say it to Hillary Clinton, because she's beyond that period. She's menopausal. Now they're trying to go on a campaign where, oh, women's rights. And I'm gonna show you a show. I'm gonna show you a show on my favorite episodes, Lost in Space of the '60s. I'm gonna attach that to this video, and it'll tell you exactly why women and men are not equal. They can't be. Men are way more superior because of our testosterone, and they're more feminine, like they should be. Like the Bible says, the male is the king of the household. That's the Bible. And if you go by that, which I tend to believe what I believe. Let's just say that. And the Bible, is just a guide. It's not something big and holy like people think it is, but I'm glad they think it is, because that way it keeps them from going to theaters and shooting people. Well, at least up until nowadays. Nowadays, if you don't see a theater shooting every month, there's something weird. You gotta see a theater shooting, or some kind of shooting, or some kind of massive death. 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 people. But anyway, I'm gonna attach that video where he explains why men are superior to women. I mean, it's just a short little segment, but it's the truth. And it's okay for him to vote in that, but the video will explain it better. It's a short clip of Lost in Space, the episode Lost in Space back in the 1960s. Like 1968, I think it is, but. It explains exactly why men are superior to women. Because we have the testosterone, and we are the leaders, and the women are the followers. And even if you don't believe in the Bible, but the Bible enforces that fact. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't have the femininity. You just have two men, which is okay with me, because I think I like men better. And I like to hold their hand and walk with them, and have them mount me. Mount me, with their hard penis after I do a good suck job, sucking their penis and getting it nice and hard, so they can mount me. It's because I got a real tight anal, and they got get me good. I mean, I just like that. I liked it over having sex. I had sex 4 times with a woman, and I'd say the first time I did it was probably the best I'll ever get, and I didn't even feel nothing then. I mean, there's not. It's lame. It's very like people say, like men, like gay people. Some gay people say that that's very lame sex. I mean, you're sitting there doing all the work, and you're not getting nothing out of it, and where when someone mounts me, I'm big. I'm getting like, I feel like I'm gonna blush. Feel like I'm gonna blush, and then I'll come. It's very sexual. It's very sexual for both of us, for my male partner and for me, because it feels like I'm gonna blush, and then you know, because I'm getting harder and harder as he's getting harder and harder. We're riding together, you know, front or back, it don't matter. But I like the front better because that's more natural because the way your anal is, the way your anal is, and you get the penis right up in there, you know, really good. Even though you both have penises, but when you ride together, you both feel the sexual sensation, both of you. I definitely feel it when I'm a bottom. That's a bottom. When a guy mounts me in my anal, I like that, and that's why I said I'd put a little bit of shampoo, on his penis after I get done sucking it, where it's hard, and then stick it in and mount me and we ride together. You know, and it's a sexual sensation for both of us. Where if I'm having sex with a woman, I feel nothing. I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, other than me, you know, I'm about to be jacking off. I'm about to be doing it myself. You know, I feel more sensation doing it myself than putting it in a vagina, and you know, she's riding and I'm riding, and I don't feel nothing out of it though. Where I do on anal sex when I have a nice man with a nice hard penis and thick, you know, the thicker the better. I use the thickest dildo you can have. It's 6.5 inches around like that. I get it in there, and you know, once I get it in there, I ease it in, and then once I get it in there, it gets bigger and bigger because your anal opens up. It'll open up like a vagina does for a kid. It dilates. Your anal dilates to accept, you know, any size male penis. So it don't matter. And we'll ride together. The bigger the better. The thicker the better. The bigger around. You know, because I seen a guy like this. I said, you ain't gonna mount me with that. You ain't gonna be able to, because you'll break it off. You'll break his toy. And I like to suck his toy, and then ride his toy together. We ride together. I guess you'd call me gay. I don't know, because I never thought I was. You know, I just thought, you know, I was always taught, you know, men don't kiss men, but that's wrong. Men kiss men, and we love each other, and we hold hands with each other, and we have great anal sex together. I mean, that's the best sex ever. Well, I thought I'd tell you my experience down to Mission, because I lived there for 2 months, from August 1st to October 11th or 12th of 2014, and like I said, I did, like, got my towel like this, you know, got my hair, was getting my hair all nice, and it takes me a minute or so of doing that. And he goes, peekaboo. He goes, all right, this guy, you know, he's interested. I said, all right, I might have me a boyfriend here, but you know, he's a black guy. He didn't look that bad. I mean, he looked okay. And I would have said, you know, if he would have said, you know, can I put my fingers in your anal? I would have said, yeah. And then, you know, after he gets, you know, the feel of it, and then if he decides he wants to, you know, mount me with his penis, then if you say, you know, is it okay if I, you know, put my penis in your anal or mount you? I would have said, hell yeah, come on, let's go. But first, I want to kiss, you know, lip to lip, so we get the sexual thing going. And then, you know, then you get all excited that way, and then you ride it, you know. That's great. That's my sexual experience. I mean, you know, you try to strike up this conversation by, you know, bring up a ball game or something like that. I didn't have any means of knowing what anything was, and I'm not into sports anyway. I'm more into getting mounted, you know, by a man, you know, and kissing with a man, and having a nice relationship. Although I've only had, you know, relationship for an hour with any one man, I've had about 12. I've had about a dozen men. I always had protected sex. I always had condom. I always put a condom on them, and then they mount me, you know, with a condom on, so that I stay clean, you know, die from something stupid like AIDS, you know. So I always had protected sex, no matter if it's male or female. I always had protected sex, so I should still be clean, though. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be, because I always used condom. So, you know, to protect myself, so I can have sex with another guy. Or if I ever get a boyfriend, you know, where he comes over, regularly, and we mount and we have sex, anal sex together regularly, 2 or 3 times a day, or at least once a day, that would be great. But I've never had that yet. I've only had one-time deals, and they've all been off Craigslist, and because I ran an ad. Now, when I ran an ad before I started having anal sex with a man, I was having anal sex with my dildo long before that, many years before that. But after I had sex with one woman when I was 50 years old, I was 50 when I had sex my first time with a woman. Well, after that, I'm going, this is pretty lame. After we did it 4 times on 4 different days, I'm going, this is pretty lame. So she told her boyfriend that a live-in boyfriend, that she was having sex on the side with someone else, me, and he said he was okay with that as long as she don't do it no more. Because when they were fighting, she'd come over to me and we'd have sex. So we did it 4 times, and she told her boyfriend, and then he was okay with it, and he says, as long as you don't do it no more. So we stopped doing it. But after I found out what my penis to vagina sex actually felt like, well, it's lame. So then I started running ads on Craigslist for a man, but before that I was trying to find another woman, because she wasn't it, because it was lame. But then I tried to find another woman, and every time I ran one, I'd get like 20, 30, 40 responses, but all of them were scams. They wanted me to go to a website to verify, and you can't verify a thing with a credit card, and they always wanted my credit card, and it could have been their website, so I give them my information, and they spend my money, spend my money on my debit card. So that's always a scam, and every woman did it. Everyone out of 40 responses, everyone said verify with a credit card. Now when I ran an ad for men, only like one or two out of all the men that responded, only 1 or 2 did that, and that's a scam. It's either their website that you give the credit card to, and you act like you're verifying, but what you're really doing is giving your identity away and giving your financial information so they can spend your card. That's what you're really doing, because you can't, a debit card. I can give you a debit card that doesn't even have my name on it. It's not even the right sex, female. It's a female name, and it will work. And it doesn't even have to. You won't even know where I live. You don't know my age through the debit card. You don't know my name. You don't know my sex. You don't know nothing. You can't verify it through a credit card or a debit card. You can't. See, that's what a state ID is. That's what a state ID does. But that can be faked. But I'm gonna have to check this. Well, I checked it, and that thing was 23.44 minutes, and I've done 24 point something, or I think it was 24 point something, because after 20 on this cell phone, I start having troubles downloading to my computer. But anyway, you can't verify with any type of credit card or debit card, because you can put that card under anybody's name. You can put that under fake name, and you can put it under fake address. You can do that. I've done it. I know. So they don't know where I live. They don't know how old I am. They don't know my name. They don't know. So can't verify name. Can't verify age like they say it can. Like the women will tell you, oh, I want to see how old you are, and I want to see where you live, and I want to see if you're a criminal or not, because I'm going to do, it's a background check too. How can that be a background check? It can't be. You can't verify with a credit card or a debit card. You can't. First off, a credit card and a debit card don't give a jack where you live, and they don't care how old you are, and they don't care what sex you are. And so it has nothing to do with verifying. That's why I thought it was so silly. And if women truly believe that a credit card or debit card is a means of safety, because they can verify who you are, which they can't, and not even state ID can do that, because I could have a fake ID, and it wouldn't be that hard to get. And so even with a state ID, everything on a state ID, you wouldn't be able to verify me. You couldn't. It's gonna have to be, we're gonna have to meet and know who each other are. And most women don't do. I had zero women come over, and I had almost every man I wanted to come over came over, and we had anal sex. Most of them, so 2 or 3 of them weren't able to, or had really. The first guy had a really short penis, but we were unexperienced because he was my first guy, And that first guy I kissed, I'm going, man, he's giving me, he's giving me tongue. He's going, and we're kissing, and he's giving me tongue. And then I sucked him, and he got hard, and then he started mounting me. But my anal, I don't know what. It wasn't conditioned then. It was really tight, and even though I was using the dildo every once in a while, it's still really tight. But then after we were done, because he come, but he didn't come inside me. I mean, with a condom on, he come inside the condom and put that in the toilet. But and did the old flusher. But then I tried to get him to come back because he was the first person I ever kissed, lip to lip. That I felt something. I felt, yeah. And he's giving me tongue. Every so often I'm going. At that time I said, what's that? Why did this guy give me so much tongue? It's like every other, he's giving, And then I thought about it, I'm going, hell, that was pretty good. But, because the woman gave me tongue too, but not that much tongue. She gave me tongue. But, when we were kissing, she goes, that feels pretty good, actually, You do it a few times. And I tried to get him to come back. He says, I live in Grand Rapids. It's too far. Shit. We had a connection. I think we had a connection. The guy in Grand Rapids. Because he was coming here anyway to a meeting in Vicksburg, which is just past Kalamazoo from Grand Rapids. That way to that way. It's just past, so he stopped by and we had a good time. I mean, we kissed and he gave me tongue and then I sucked him and he got hard. He tried to mount me, just almost got it in, right? And then it slipped out because I moved like that because I'm sensitive down there in your anal, man. And so we almost had it, but we didn't have sex together. We almost did, but we did have lip to lip and tongue to tongue, kissing. So I got that out of it, and that felt good. And I wanted to do it again. That was the only other guy I wanted to do it again with. But, I would have done another guy that drilled me for about 20 minutes and made my anal so red, it's cherry red, man. Because he was drilling me good. And when I was riding, and going, are you ready to come yet? Are you ready to come? I mean, are you ready? And he said, no, not ready yet. He's sitting there, and I'm going, riding it, and okay, just keep riding. And finally he did. He finally come after 20 minutes of drilling me, saying, So he liked it. I mean, he liked it because, you got to drill someone and keep drilling them if you don't like it, right? So it was great sex. A lot of the people I had sex with already either had a girlfriend or had a boyfriend. This black guy, another, not the guy in the shower, for at the mission, not him, but another guy. He came over, and he had a good-sized cock. I mean, he had a good-sized penis, but he had a boyfriend, right? Well, they split up for a little while, so he came over. He wanted to come back again. I probably should have let him come back. I kind of drug my feet and said, I don't really like, different races. I don't really like, I'd rather have white, white, not Mexican or black, but yeah, Mexican and black are alright. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but I just like the look, physical appearance of, white over black. But, and he had a boyfriend, and he, they weren't totally split up, and, so I kind of drug my feet and lost contact. But, he had a nice size, and he drilled me pretty good. We had sex all the way. I mean, he had a condom on and stuff. and it came, it came off, or, and they started doing it, without a condom, and I said, wait a minute here, I gotta have a condom, and put another condom back on, and but I've been drilled without a condom, but not all the way where they come inside me. I think, yeah, I think once or twice the condom tore, and they did come inside me once or twice, but that was, that was like accidental, and but I think it was that guy that drilled me for 20 minutes because the condom wouldn't last that long. So I think his cum I got up inside me, but I had a lot of poop, a lot of stool. I had a lot of poop or stool, and when you do that, you can't feel it as good. When it's nice and clean, then you can feel it better. And but you always feel the roundness of it, the hardness and roundness of it. So no matter condom or no condom, you feel the roundness of it, and that's that's what you want to feel. And you and the person you're mounting, me, they got their penis under my penis in my anal. Person they're mounting feels it. It's very sexual sensation. I get hard. I get real hard. I'm almost ready to come. I haven't come with any partner yet, that's mounted me, but when I use a dildo, I come every time. After a while, I come because I stick it. I know right when to hold it there, and when I'm ready to blush, and I'm blushing, I'm really blushing, and then all of a sudden that's the hardest I get, and then I come. There's two types of males. One that comes on the way up, he shoots a little cum as he's getting harder and harder, and then me, dry all the way up until I'm bam, until I bam. I'm dry all the way up. I'm fairly thick. I'm 6 inches long and fairly thick, but not real thick. But I am thick. That's why that one female that I had sex with came over. I thought we were done after the first time. I thought we were done, and then the second time she came over, I just jacked off less than 30 minutes before she walked in the door, and I said, I'm dry, I can't. She said, oh, come on. So we did it, and we did it for an hour, man. I was drilling her for an hour. I did like a half an hour, and I says, okay, let me suck it, okay? I said, okay. She's sucking it, and then she's done doing that, and then we stuck it back in, and that was hard the whole time, okay? So she said, you ain't gonna come, are you? What did I say? I said, I'm dry. And I said, no. But I was still hard the whole time, all the way hard. And then when she left, after about an hour of trying, I was hard for 8 hours more. I was about ready to do like that what is it? It's Viagra. On a Viagra it says, if you stay hard for more than this length of time, seek medical attention, because what happens is your penis fills up with the blood, right? That's what makes it hard. Now, it also acts like a tourniquet, so it could cut off, if you cut off the blood supply, the normal blood supply for a long period of time, that could die, your penis, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened if your penis died. You couldn't use it no more, but that's what'll happen. And I was seriously thinking of calling, a physician, because it was hard 8 hours after, and then all of a sudden it started to go down. So back down to normal again. Oh well. Oh, that's my thoughts, and I'm gonna attach that Lost in Space episode. It's not the whole episode; it's just a short portion of it, and it's telling you why men are superior to women. I mean, that's a fact. Like the UFC champion of women, it's never been beat. She says she'll never go up against a man, and that's smart, because a man will take her down, even at her size, even if he isn't, a smarter fighter. A man will take her down because of testosterone. Testosterone, makes a big difference, and that's why the UFC female fighter will never fight a man, because she knows that men are superior. they're almost always, you know, bigger. Although there are women, they're bigger. Um, and then when Donald Trump's, you know, talking about Rosie O'Donnell, saying how fat and, you know, she was. I mean, he's just laying down the facts. I mean, that lady was fat. She was Rosie O'Donnell. He's right. He's right about that. Shit, he's been right. Everything Donald Trump has said so far to date has been right. He's not lying about nothing. He's not a lying president like everybody else, or a presidential candidate. You know, everybody else will lie. Bill Clinton proved that. That was one of his charges on this impeachment through the Senate. The Senate fully impeached Bill Clinton. But anyway, that was a full impeachment. Bill Clinton was impeached. And just look it up. You don't take my word for it. Look it up. He was impeached by the Senate fully. And but he never left the day of office because you got to be impeached like 2 times. One by the Senate and one by the normal law, I guess. I guess that's how a full, no doubt about impeachment. And then you have to leave office. But the Senate fully impeached Bill Clinton for lying under oath and for misconduct. Some kind of, you know, for Lewinsky, I think it was, the Lewinsky case. And then lying under oath about it. Under the highest court of land. Lying under oath. He's a liar. The Clintons are liars, and they're drug dealers and they're drug users. Why would you want a Clinton in there? It's only going to be for that sexual bullshit she's trying to pull off now. That, oh, this is a woman revolution or whatever it is. You know, another one. You know, we got a vote thing. But that's why I'm going to attach that video to this, just that video clip, and he explains exactly why. Exactly why the male is superior to the female, and it always will be. There's no doubt about that, because the physical differences are too great. I was never afraid of any woman that was a black belt in karate, because I took karate for 2 years. Took Okinawan karate, Wei-Chiryu karate, or Kung Fu karate, because whenever it's called Kung Fu karate, it's got animal movements incorporated in people movement. So you can call it either way: Okinawan karate, Wei-Chiryu karate, or Okinawan karate, or Wei-Chiryu karate, or Kung Fu, because it has animal movements in it. Like our main block, our sole main block is a crane block, and that's where you bring up knee to your, like this. That's a crane block or a power block. And what happens, the reason why I call it a crane block, because the bird, you know, the crane, the crane, big ass bird, he'll bring his wing down to his leg like this, and he'll block anything coming from that way, from other animals. So that's an animal movement. That's one of the reasons why my style is a Kung Fu style. It's Kung Fu. But anyway, I'll attach that Lost in Space video to this video, and it explains what I'm talking about. And, you know, the women's movement, to take it any farther than what it is now, would be silly. It'd be silly. It's a silly thing. And you know, if you're gay, you know, if you're female gay, you know, I could understand it. You know, if everybody was female gay, I could understand if you go farther than what the women's movement is now, where they can vote and do everything that men can do, work and vote and all that, which before they weren't able to. I could understand if everybody was female gay, but then we could never have offspring, because female can't have offspring. You have to have a male in there somewhere. It just don't work that way. It's just like male. You can't have offspring male. So, you know, it's stupid. If you take this woman movement any farther than it is right now, it'd be stupid. It'd be stupid, you're stupid, and you don't know what you're doing, and you're fired, like Donald Trump says. But anyway, today is 8/11/2015, and I'm done with this video. I'm looking for a guy, I'm looking for a boyfriend, and if you like what you see, I'm available. Just type down there in comments and we'll get together. And I say, same time, same channel. Same bat time, same bat channel. I love you. See you then. Okay, this is Lost in Space, the episode The Challenge. And then this ruler guy, this ruler of another planet, Quanto, who is Kurt Russell, comes up and was talking to the people outside of the spaceship on Lost in Space. Okay, Penny asks Quanto, that's Kurt Russell. He's like 12 or 13. It's a Kurt. He says, "How long have you been here?" And then Quanto goes, "I do not speak to weak and worthless girls." Penny goes, "You conceited, dirty-faced little boy. You're nothing but a bully and a half-pint boy." And then Quanto goes, "Lucky you are a female, or I would make you sorry for what you have said." And then Smith goes, "You hostile little ruffian. Some discipline applied to the seat of your trousers is exactly what you need." Okay. Then the ruler comes, meets John Robinson, and they shake hands, and they squeeze each other's hand real tight, try to prove something, I guess. Okay, the ruler says to John Robinson, after they shake hands and prove they can squeeze each other's hand, the ruler says to John Robinson, "I have met your son. He too has much in his favor." And Quantum goes, he steps out and says, "But I can beat him." And then Marie Robinson says, "What sort of a challenge?" And then the ruler says, "This does not concern you, woman, and it is a matter for men to decide." And then Marine goes, "I don't know about your world, but in our world, the women are treated as the equals of men." And then the ruler starts laughing, going, "What a foolish arrangement." Marine says, "I don't see anything foolish about it." Then the ruler goes, "Women the equal of men?" I mean, that's a question. "In what way?" That's another question. "Are they stronger than men? Do they have more intelligence? Do they make laws and fight wars?" This would make an excellent story for me to tell when I return home. So when he returns to his home planet, make an excellent story for him to tell. Then Don says, "I can hear the boys at the club laughing already." And then the ruler explains the nature of the challenge and more in depth, and it says, "We use the challenges to determine who is the master and who is the slave." And then Marine goes, "No, I won't permit it." And then the ruler, "Your opinion is not required," Marine. And then Marine says, "I don't care. Will doesn't have to prove himself to anybody." And then John says, "Marine," and then holds his hand down like that, just like stop. And then Smith says, "It's fine for the winner, but it may be drastic for the loser." And then the ruler says, "I am not interested in anyone's opinion other than Mr. Robinson's. It is he who will decide." And then John goes, "Well, the answer is no." And the ruler goes, "You have good reasons?" Then John says, "As my wife just said, Will doesn't have to prove himself to anyone." And that's what I wanted to show on tape. And when I went to do it, and I taped it with this iPhone, because I tape everything with this iPhone.
The indoor temperature is 75.7 degrees Fahrenheit. The outdoor temperature is 65
65 outside. Anything below 70, I go. But that's my talking thermometer. And today is 8/11/2015, and that's what I want to do. What I did is I taped that portion of the challenge. That's the Lost in Space episode, the challenge of the series episode, and I taped the two places on it that I wanted to show, and with Quano first, and then the ruler talking with Quano and Dr. Smith and Don saying, and John. But I taped it, and then I went to make it, because I have to tape it sideways like this, so on YouTube I made it so it's straight up like that, just what do you call it, clockwise turn or counterclockwise, and I got an email saying that's copyrighted, so that Lost in Space is really picky on that. And there's two people on the internet. That's Prince, the singer, Prince. When Doves Cry, and I like a lot of his songs, and Little Red Corvette, and Raspberry Beret, and many other ones of Prince. Prince is the next person that I like the most after Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is the top. He's a superstar of all superstars. Michael Jackson was until he died. But then Prince was the next person. Well, Prince is one of them that you can get everybody else's video and the video and the song, the song and video together. You can get everybody else's, but don't, Prince doesn't allow it. Prince doesn't allow it. He's like one of the only singer I know of, the only rock and roll singer I know of that don't allow you to put his songs on like your Facebook or other places. He doesn't allow that, and he doesn't have them on YouTube to do that with. So, because I looked diligently, and I didn't see any, of Prince. And if I did see one, it's one of those crappier ones. But Prince and Lost in Space are the two entities or people that don't allow full-blown episodes or their music videos on YouTube. They don't allow it. So that's probably why I got a thing saying that it's been blocked. When I twist it on YouTube, and I got a thing saying it's been blocked. So those two tapes that I made have been blocked and not accessible. So that's why I made this tape with what they said, and this corresponds with Hillary and her woman's movement and how ridiculous that is. This is saying how ridiculous that is. It's called the challenge episode of Lost in Space. And those are their exact words. That's why I was kind of abrupt going through it, because I wanted to make sure it was the exact words. Because even back in the 60s, and I think that was like 66, I think 66, I think is when they said that, when they had that episode, when they made that episode. It was 1966, and it explains, why women should not go any farther than what they are now. They shouldn't become, because of what I just told you. And it wasn't me. It was in the episode. Those are the episode words, not mine. So I'm gonna replace that. The videos I was trying to make with this, and this should go through because it's not. I'm just saying it, and it's not the actors. It's not the settings. It's not just me. So this should be all right. But it explains what I'm trying to tell you. And he explains. The ruler explains how that is so ridiculous. They don't make the decisions. But and they shouldn't make the decision. And if you don't believe that part of it, this is just a TV show. It's Lost in Space, 1966. Old time stuff. If you believe that, then just look at the Bible. The Bible says the man is the head of household. So a woman's movement that Hillary Clinton is talking about is going against everything about the America. It's going against everything about the United States. I mean, if they want their own country, want their own place, or let's say they want to stay in the United States, and give them a state or a place where they can do their own thing. We just let them do their own thing. But as far as humans go, it's the man who decides, like they say. I mean, it's the natural. It's the thing it's supposed to be, because testosterone is in men, not in women, and so you want the femininity of the women, but they can't have it both ways. You can't have being a feminine woman and being a ruler or a president or the final say. You can't. It just doesn't go together. It's like trying to become female. Me as a male becoming female. It's just like that, except for you have hormones. Female hormones introduced to. If I was going to change to female, I'd have hormones, the estrogen. I'd have the estrogen treatment and a male hormone blocker. See, have a male hormone blocker I'd take once a day, and then estrogen treatments. That changes the body into female. So female and male are not the same. Like Maureen was saying, they're treated as the equal of men. See, that's not that's not totally correct, but I mean, we do treat them almost exactly, but see, that's where the that's where it should be severed. It should be severed at that point, because you have the man, the person, the person that is supposed to be superior, the men who are supposed to be superior by nature alone, because like the UFC fighter, the woman UFC fighter hasn't even lost ever a match. She won't fight a man, because even a man of her size and way less ability will beat her, because of the testosterone. It's different. They're a lot different. If we were the same, we'd be the same. And we'd all walk around with little wee-wees, and we'd be all the same. See, so it can't. It's some kind of dream, or some kind of misconception. That's a better word. In women's heads, that they can be superior, or they can be at equal, which they can't. They can't. It's impossible, because you have to have one stronger than the other. Otherwise, femininity and masculinity means nothing. Neither one mean nothing. It bows to just men, dressed as women. Why even have that difference? Why? If a man wants to dress like a woman, then why not just let him? See, there's big conflicts there. If I go out on the street, nice dress on, look like myself, without any makeup or anything, or any hairdo or anything, I'd get ridiculed. I know that, because look at him, he looks like a woman. He's dressed like a woman. Ooh. But we're taught and brainwashed as a kid, you can't do that. See, that's the whole point. And that's silly to have a woman's movement. It's silly. But anyway, that's why I made this video. I ended that last video, about Hillary Clinton and the women's movement as being silly. Saying silly. Now, I don't want to just end it there, okay? And I want to prove to you that is silly. As being women, being in charge like the president, and why that's silly. And why the women's movement is silly, any farther than what it is now. It should go no farther than what it is now. For the simple fact that, back in the 60s and 50s, and whenever we had a war, it was always the men who went to war. The women stayed home. The men are the ones who went to war, with a gun, with a tank, and with the different various weapons. There's always the men. Always. Why? Because they are superior. They're superior. They're born superior to women. physically. They're physically superior. They're heavier, they're bigger, they can have more muscle mass. No matter how much a woman exercises, they can't have as much mass as a man does. A man will always have more muscle mass and stronger than a woman. Always. Let's take Rosie O'Donnell for Trump's example. Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, she was big and fat, right? She can get big and fat, but as far as muscle goes, she can't. She couldn't trim down and become more muscular than, say, Arnold Schwarzenegger or someone of her size. In a man, of her same size, the man will always have more mass, more muscle, always. It's because of testosterone, and the male is superior to woman. That's why we can never be equal. No matter what we do, we can never be equal. It's either you're male or you're female. Whether you change your sex or you don't change your sex. If I go from male to female, then I'm automatically not as superior as a male. I'm more fragile. I mean, because my body will change with estrogen treatments and male hormone blockers. My body will change as a female, and I'll drop weight. I'll go from 150 pounds to maybe 110. That's just the nature of things. When a male changes to female, they drop in weight, and their structure changes. Their face changes, so it's more pretty and more delicate. And their neck changes, and everything changes. You're changing from male to female when you go transgender. When you go transgender, whether you do the surgery, the last step, the surgery of changing your penis to a vagina. Whether you do that or not, you're changing yourself into female. So you're more fragile. You're lighter. You can't get the muscle mass that men. We're different. There's no way that we can be equal ever. There's no way a woman and man can be equal. And my point is every war we've ever had, it's always been the men going in there and shooting, dying. So if let's say Hillary Clinton wants the woman's movement, okay, then I want that changed. I want that changed for only females, not men. Let's do a reversal here. Let's do a reversal. Only next time we go to war, like Vietnam or somewhere, or a skirmish, like Vietnam. Next time we go to war, I want all women, not men. Just men can't. Let's say men can't be drafted. Okay, I'd agree 100% with you. And then after all the women get killed, then let's send the real people in there. After all our women are gone, then let's do it like it's supposed to be, where we have the dominant person, the superior person, the male, go to war, because we are superior. There's no doubt about that. And the women's movement, with Hillary Clinton, the women's movement is trying to say that's not true, and it is. It's true. It's a fact. You can't change that. All they want is all the rights and stuff and everything equal, even though they're not as superior as the man. They're not. It's physically impossible. It's physically impossible as a woman to be superior to me. It's physically impossible. So, see, they can't change that natural. That's a natural thing that they cannot change. Now, they can change it if they change her from going from female to male. Now they can change it, but it's still not going to be the same as a born male. It's just like a born male can't ever have a kid. A female can never be at the level of a born male. They're still a little lower in superiority. Superiority, they're lower. They always will be lower. They were born that way. They're female. Why do you think they're not all just male, and males just don't bang other males in the butt and they get pregnant? Why do you think that is? It's because the male is superior, and you have to have the female. You know, and you have to have the femininity. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The thing that I have a problem with is the woman's movement saying that they're equal when they can never be equal. They can't. It's impossible. Once a girl is born a girl, it is impossible for that girl to come to my level, at my size, my weight. It's impossible. But I can come down to female by estrogen and male hormone blocker. See, I can come down to male, or I can come down to female, but they can't come up to male and be a totally male. They can't. And I can't come to female and be a total female because I'll never be able to bear a child because I don't have those parts. I have to have those parts, and males, born males, don't have those parts. So we're equal in that respect, where we can't switch like that and be exactly the same. You can't. No matter what the doctor does to you. You can't. It's impossible. But that's my point. And I'm just stating fact, like Donald Trump always does. He always states fact, and he can back what he says. He doesn't just sit there and say, you know, this and that, and can't back anything he says. Donald Trump can back everything he says, and he does. So, okay, that's what I wanted to add to that video, because this clarifies that when I say it's silly, it is silly, and I'm just verifying it with this video and telling you why it's silly. But today is 8/11/2015. I'm done.